You are now listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to the Mike's Opinion podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I'm here. You here. I'm glad we here together. How you doing? You know, I always want to know, how are you doing? You chilling? New Year treating you good? The first month of the new year is over, half over. You still with them those resolutions? You got those resolutions still popping, or you gave up? Because usually, typically, like the odds say, the statistics say you ain't made it. You like it's a wrap. Did you stop going to the gym already? Did you stop eating fried food? I mean, you start eating fried foods already? I mean, you know what you promised yourself, because that's what that resolution is, right? You promise yourself. So I hope you're doing good with your resolutions. I really hope you are, and I hope you're doing okay. I really do. So this episode, this, that, or the other. Is it this, that, or the other? And this episode came about from a couple of different ways, actually. One, I was ill prepared for the subject matter I had. I dig deep, right? And I just go so deep, and I go too deep. And I get so much information for episodes. And there's a couple of episodes that I'm working on. Subject matter requires research. This was one of those I had in the tuck, you know what I'm saying, just in case, that I could kind of go off the cuff. And it's kind of fun because it's going to ask you to maybe participate. You can do so any of the socials, primarily Twitter, IG, Facebook. Hit me up, let me know, or directly via email, Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. You could do that too. Reach out, because I'm going to ask some questions here, and at the same time, share a little insight about myself. For all you long-term and even first-time listeners and watchers, first of all, I appreciate y'all. Keep supporting. I love it. Support the show. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. Do all of that, especially on the YouTube. Do that. I really appreciate that. Everywhere, though. Everywhere, your support. If you want to, help me get new equipment, support the show, help me advertise. If you want to send me a few dollars, that'd be great. If you're balling, send me a shoebox of cash. Shoot me an email, Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com. And guess what? I'll send you my address. You can send me like a shoebox filled with cash. That would make my day. That make my 2023. But the GoFundMe is also in the show notes. So just go to the show notes. All the information is there. All of it. It's right there. So this, that, or the other. So look, I'm just going to just show you, right? See that? I don't know. Can you see that? You see that? Can you see that? You see that? Yeah, yeah. That's my phone. Apple or Samsung? This or that? Which one you at? Where you at? Who you repping? Usually it's two camps. Now I know there's others out there, like Motorola's trying to get back in the game, BlackBerry's trying to get back in the game. So, but primarily it's Apple or Samsung. It's iOS or Android. Who you rocking with? I already showed you who I'm rocking with. And look, I'm not a fanboy. I feel even funny saying that. I'm not a fan man, because I ain't no boy. I ain't been a boy for a long time. But when it comes to the Apple or Samsung, I've had them both. And way back in the day, I had the BlackBerry. I had the Motorola flip phone. I felt so fly with the flip. Like getting a call. You hold on, flip. Like had that I think it was called the Razor, the super thin joint. Oh, I was so fly back in the day. Now they got the flip phone with the smart screen, the touch screen, it's smartphone. I don't know if I'm with that. It's inevitably going to crease and mess up, ain't it? That's what I think. But I haven't seen one. I haven't used it. But I'm thinking after like 100 joints, you're gonna start seeing a crease in your screen. And I'm not trying to do that. Even though I'm just, hey, y'all know I digress. I digress. I probably should change the name of this show to I Digress instead of the Mike's Opinion Podcast. But this is my opinion, and it allows me mad freedom to talk about whatever I want to. So, Why you can't take the battery out the phone no more? Hmm? Hmm? That's why I want to know. I remember back in the day, you could take the phone, you could take the battery out. Like I knew my phone was off. I took the battery out. It had no backup battery. It had no slick side battery. No, now your phone ain't never off. Even if you think it's off, it's not off. It can still be watching you. It can still be listening to you. Huh? Yeah. So I just don't like that. But anyway, I'm clearly the iOS, the Apple camp. But like I said, I'm not a super fan, even though back in the days I worked for Apple for a couple of years. I only planned on staying for 1 year, ended up staying for 2. But and it was, a from home joint doing tech support. But been there, did that. Never worked for Samsung, don't know what that's like. But the whole thing with me, just like hip hop, and I love hip hop from all over the world. Who is calling me? Hey, yo, Jay. Yo, I hope everything's all right. Hey, yo, Jay, you good?
Hey, are you cleaning? Is now a good time?
No, I'm right in the middle of recording this podcast. Can I hit you back in a few minutes?
Yeah.
Is,
No,
is everything
sure.
is everything all right?
Well, actually, we're back in the hospital.
Oh shit. All right, I'll call you back as soon as I can.
Okay.
All right, bye. Yeah, I may or may not splice that out. Yo, my other son, he's my ex's son, but I've been with him since he was born. He's like a son to me. And he just had a baby. It's crazy how these gray hairs, how you get older. He just had a baby. Wifey is apparently having some trouble. She said she's going back in the hospital. So I want to see what's happening with that. Definitely. But I'm not too like the splicing and all of this. Like I'm a one-man band. I do it all. I don't like want to stop the recording because I already started. So I'm gonna get back to her as soon as I possibly can, even though that's very, very important. But I asked her, it's like everything okay, they're back in the hospital, but nobody's dead, which is great. And I hope that's nobody's dead. Apple started it all. You're talking about the hip hop. I was there in New York City when hip hop was born. When it was born, not before the first record was cut, but when hip hop was born, before any record was cut, I was out there in the jams. Okay. I was out there when Grandmaster Flash, before he even had a record. You know what I'm saying? Where Dougie Fresh was rocking before he even had a record. You know what I'm saying? Cool Mo D doing jams. I was out there. You hear me? Before it was born. So people say, yo, you got that New York bias. Perhaps. But we started it. Let's just be clear. We started it. Huh? Same thing with iOS. Apple started this smartphone touch your screen joint. They're the original flavor. So that's kind of how I feel about that. They're the original. Now they ain't really been no real innovators in a while. I'm just hey, yo, Apple, step your game up. If you hear me, Tim Cook, step your game up. Apple is not the innovators they used to be. And I'm like, you might be like, well, what else could come out? Smell-o-vision on your phone where you can smell the aromas pop out. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an engineer in the communications division. So I don't know. But what's next? Because Android, they doing some things. Samsung and them boys doing some things. Step your game up. So which one of you? And like I said, I wanted some participation in this pod. And any of these you feel like chiming in, some you probably not, because some I'm not even going to answer completely. But let me know. Any way you want, in the DMs, social media, email me, any way you want. Like I said, it's in the show notes, Mike's Opinion Show at gmail.com, or slide into each, look at Mike's Opinion or find Mike's Opinion on any of the socials. The quickest way, of course, IG or Twitter. But which one are you? You on the iOS or Android camp? Apple or Samsung, huh? Where you at? And on that note, text, phone call, or video call, huh? Now, here's like a dividing line. Like I said, a little long in the tooth, got the gray hair, right? Wifey, considerably over a decade younger than me. My wife will text me all day. Love her to death. Mwah, I love you, baby. I love you. You know that. In love with you. You know that. But yo, you know I prefer pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Just see what you got to say. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Done. Not on a text. And I know I've seen people don't even touch their phone to text. They'll say, hey, I don't know, Google, or hey, Siri, or whoever, read me the last text. Answer this text. They do all that with the phone. Just call me. Just call me. And I know that's a divide, right? Like the old school people like pick up the phone, yo, call me. And the new school is like, bloop, bloop. It is what it is. I'm not here to judge. Preference is your preference. Is this, that, or the other? Because I'm even down with the video call. Like Jay, she just called me. She could have video called me. I'd have been cool with that. I would have picked up. So what is what 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? I don't care. But I told her call me if anything goes on with the baby, and so she did. And plus, I'm up at this hour all the time, so it's all good. But I'm a late night dude. You late night or early morning? I don't even have that on my list, but I just thought about that. Late night or early morning? Which one are you? Because I know, and I gotta remember to stop hitting this desk. Because the last time, I didn't really like have like the energy to just edit all the sounds out. So in the audio version of this episode and the last episode, you hear me hitting the desk, and I just remembered that because it comes through in the audio recording, and then I like don't want to because editing a podcast. I know I digress. I'm getting back to it. And like I said, I'm a one-man band. I do it all. I can't wait till the podcast grows. Please help me grow the show, please. I need to advertise. That's when I ask for money, and everybody asks money to support the show. It would be so wonderful to hire somebody to transcribe this, to edit this, because the editing is it's a grueling task. I'm just gonna put it like that. Yeah. So you text, phone, or video call person. And usually that's a divide down the age line. Cause my younger people, don't matter if you're sitting right next to each other. They won't say 3 words to each other, but they will text a volume, Britannica, like a book. They will text. To each his or her own. Do you, and whatever works for you. Desktop, computer, phone, or tablet. For me, it depends on what I'm doing. But I still love my desktop. And you're like, yo, Mike, you just old, dude. Yo, you old. I don't care. I like my desktop. I like my big screen. I like my big keyboard. I like that. I'm comfortable with that. Huh? But if you like the phone better or the desktop better, I still think that, the phone or the tablet better. That's cool. That's cool. I like the desktop still. That's how I feel about that. So, I put on my list here water or any other drink. And that's a wide variety, right? And because I drink water, 90% of the liquid that I consume is water. Yes. I'm not with the sodas. I'm not with the coffee. Not a big tea dude. Water. Like some good, refreshing agua. Now, I've been doing a poll lately, and I've been looking like this has a little bit of gender divide, male versus female. Not going into any other genders. I'm not going there. Not today. There's other podcast episodes you can listen to about that. Of mine, I've addressed the issue. Will again in the future. Not today. I'm just talking male and female, okay? Yes, I know today there's other genders. Be you. Be you. I love you. I just like water. Now I know there's all kinds of water. There's, pH balanced water. There's non-acidic water. There's just all kinds of water. I just like water. Like it's just some regular water. You take your life in your hands drinking tap these days. So at least get a filter, which I just remembered I got to order some new filters for my fridge. Yeah, but are you water? Or you like one of those people, like I've worked with people when I was in the back in the day when I was in the workforce. They would wake up to a Mountain Dew and I would just go, what? The first bet, a soda. I guess it'll wake you up, but no. And I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I know it sounds a little judgy. I'm not judging. If that's what you want to do, then do that. Then do that. Drink a Mountain Dew. Drink a Coca-Cola. And I'm not getting paid from any of these people that I'm mentioning. So, sponsors, anybody I mentioned, hit me up. Send me that check. It'll be a great surprise. Yeah, but water. Do yourself and your body a favor. And I've heard that we're 70% water, 75% water. Our body is mostly water. Water. So get you some. Increase your intake. But don't do too much. Too much anything is not good. And that includes water. You can drink too much water in a short period of time. So don't do that. So big car or little car? And you'd be like, yo, Mike, what? So hear me out. Of course, if you have a family, as I do, wifey and son, and I have a daughter, but she's grown, married, doing her own thing, got her own family. You can't be rocking no two-seater. You can't be rocking that. You got to have at least a coupe, something with 4 doors. But me, look, you say what you want, and I'm not pushing one right now, but I've rented a few. Yo, them minivans is underrated. Somebody need to make a fly minivan. You know what I'm saying? Because minivans, the door slide, you could get in like step in with the comfort. You ain't got to stoop down and get small, get in and the minivan joint. And they had the joint where the seats turn, so you could just hop in and then turn the seat. Super fly, yo. They just need to look a little flyer. Or do they? Because you could stay on low. You could stay like you could have all the comforts in there without being flashy with the low. But the SUVs have stepped it up. They got mad, the range. All of the, even Porsche made an SUV because SUVs is so large. The category of vehicles. Now they got crossovers and mini SUVs. But which one you like to whip, yo? Which whip you like to drive? You know what I'm saying? Got your beats on, maybe the top down, the roof open, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Which one you like to push? Huh? You like to push that little joint? And let me tell you, if you live in any metropolis, any city, any metropolitan area, that small car comes in very handy when it comes to parking. Look, I'm from New York and I'm not going to front. I have driven around for an hour or more looking for a parking spot because I'm not paying $30 an hour at the garage. They got the garages. I'm not doing that. I'm finding me a parking spot on the street. So if you've been to any city, Mexico City, Paris, anywhere, I've been to many cities. I'm going to look for that, and I feel victorious when I find that spot, especially if it ain't no meter on that joint. But you better check them signs. Check them signs, because you will come out and your car will be missing, and it ain't stolen. You know who got it? The city, and they want you to pay up because you have parked in a non-parking spot. So check carefully. Check carefully on that big car, little car, big house, or tiny house. I know a lot of people doing the tiny houses now, lowering their footprint their carbon footprint in society. Just a tiny house. I mentioned my wife earlier. My wife had me watching tiny house shows, had me on the tiny house bandwagon for like a second until I realized that I grew up in the projects. I grew up in New York apartments. Those are the tiniest of houses. So I like a big house now. Huh? I'll lower my footprint. I'll turn the lights off. I'll turn the vents off in that room if I'm not going in that room. But I like a large house. I like a large house with some land. Speaking of that, the next joint I got on my list, yo, city, suburbs, or the boonies. I want the boonies, and I guess how you was raised like affects you in so many ways. So for me, I want acreage as far as I can see, like with some valleys and mountains. Hello, 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 hello. And all of that's mine. Like I could spend the rest of my life exploring my land, digging and seeing find prehistoric bones or gold, you know what I'm saying? Or just going fishing on my land, horseback riding, four-wheeling, have a fly garden, you know what I'm saying? Some livestock and animals. I'm gonna need a ranch hand though, because it's not that I don't, I'm not like scared of blood or nothing like that. I've seen plenty of that growing up in human style. But when I want a chicken, I don't want to go, kill a chicken and get the feathers off, or the pig or the cat. I don't have to do all that. So I'm gonna need a ranch hand to handle all that. But I might feed it, feed the animals every once in a while. And they say, yo, Mike, you cheating. Call it what you will. I want the ranch and all the land. But having ranch hands and land hands, like people get money, right? They get chauffeurs and butlers and chefs and maids. They get people to help take care of all of that, right? Look, if you live in a mansion, you can't clean it. You're not gonna be able to clean. That's all you would be doing is cleaning it. So you need people to do that. So I want the ranch and all that, and my wife can park her tiny house on the land. It's a great compromise, right? We can have the land and the tiny house. Put on some wheels. We could take our tiny house with us. that's how I feel about that. Huh? Yo, speaking about vehicles, electric or gas. Now, my understanding as we move into the future, electric is not even going to be an option. All the cars are going to be electric. You're going to be old head if you got gas, and it's going to be hard to find a gas station. Probably, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, 25 years or so. It's going to be real hard to find a gas station. So the question I really have is, and I've done a little bit of research, and I will be doing more, but you got to generate that electricity. And for me, if that electricity is not coming from solar, hydro, or wind, if it's not coming from any of the natural resources and we're burning coal or doing other things to generate electricity, it's kind of counterproductive, I think. Now, the emissions are gone from the vehicle, which is great, right? That should help our planet if there's no gas emissions from burning gasoline. But I don't know. This next one is some fundamental stuff. I almost said the S word, trying not to curse. It's a struggle. I've almost cursed 12 times and I've stopped myself. For production reasons, I'm making sure my channel on certain platforms don't get banned. So I'm making an effort. Plus, I like you to be able to listen to the Mike's Opinion podcast with your children, even though a lot of the subject matter is not for children. Black or white? Hold up. Hold up. Chill. We're not talking about people. Well, I'm not talking about people. We're not going there today. Not going there either. There are other episodes of the Mike's Opinion podcast that address this. Probably will be some in the future, not this one. So, just the color, black or white. I like white. Hold up. Yo, chill. Backdrop for pictures, product pictures. I like white. I like light, bright colors, like a white room or a white couch. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about black or white. Like, what's your color? Everybody got a favorite color. I love all colors. Color is just color is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I have green is a great color. I like green, and I'm not talking just money. Green for me is a sign of growth, but black or white, which one are you? That's not people, just the color. Black or white. Like I got a paper towel here, is white. My mouse is black. Black or white? Which one are you? Let me know. Reach out. Like I said, your participation will be greatly appreciated. Sports, when you watch it, live sports, you want to be at the game, watching at your crib on TV, or you want to go to the bar, to the sports bar, which is a little bit of both. You at the sports bar, you out, but you watching it on TV. Let me tell you, live sports are great if you live in walking distance of the venue. Okay, when I live in, I'm from New York. I live in Dallas now. I live in the suburb of Dallas, Texas. First 3 years after they built a new stadium, the first 3 years of the new stadium, I had season tickets. Was doing much better. My businesses were doing much better financially. I've since sold them. They're gone. I don't have those tickets anymore. And even if I still could afford them, I wouldn't have them. I would buy a game here and there, maybe. But here's a couple of reasons why. First of all, I'm not paying any attention to the game. I'm not paying any attention to the game. First of all, I'm buzzed when I get there already. I'm going to the game. Let's pop something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Smoke some if you want to do that too. So I'm feeling good when I get there. Right? Go get a snack. Checking out the scenery. Boom. First quarter, I'm in it. Yeah. It don't matter, basketball, football, hockey, baseball. Well, baseball, I didn't really know nothing to do to eat. It's a slow game. But primarily, I went to football, basketball games. Hockey is fun too. Don't sleep on it. But by the halftime, I'm lit. I'm miserable, like full, because I've been stuffing my face. I'm halfway sleepy. And I'm like, if a big play goes, I'm like, yay! What happened? I'm usually talking and I'm not paying attention to the game. 2, parking prices ridiculous. Look, live sports is not for broke. Even if you're sitting in the nosebleeds, you spending the loot. Live sports is not. You can't spend $20 go to a live sports game. You know what I'm saying? So that's just is what it is. So between the parking, the prices, and me not paying attention, I would much rather watch it at home in the comfort of my home. Everybody got a big screen TV now, don't they? Like almost everybody. I saw a 65-inch for $230 over the holiday season. Everybody at least got a 50-inch, right? Don't they? Hit me up. Let me know if you still rocking the 25-inch. And I'm not judging you. I'm just saying you might be able to get one, save your pennies a little bit. You can get a big screen if you got the place to put it. Because if you got a tiny house, you can't put no big screen in there. So maybe you might be in a tiny house. You might not have the room because that's going to take up like 5/8 of your house. So you can't get a big screen for that. So I understand. You might be watching on your phone, but I'm at the home. I'm at the crib. I like the crib. I ain't gotta fight traffic. Even the sports bar, it's loud. People just talking and getting drunk about a minute. It's fun. I'm fun. Like I said, I've been there, done all that. So maybe that's why I feel the way I do right now. Hard drugs or soft drugs? That's the next joint. And don't answer. I mean, you could email me privately. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I was never a hard drugs dude. Like for like regularly recreational kind of stuff. Moving on. Parasailing or skydiving? Which one would you rather do? Hmm? Which one? Parasailing, you got some chance of survival if things go haywire because you're typically attached to a boat and you're typically parasailing over a body of water. So if something goes wrong, you might splash down kind of hard. It can be bad, yes. But the odds of you surviving a skydiving accident, yeah, that's kind of slim. Kind of slim. Yeah. I don't know too many. I think maybe I heard one story over my whole lifetime that somebody survived and it was broke up, like they was in a full body cast. So, nah. But that's for the adventurous of us. The daring of us. I'm looking at this list. Let me go back to my video. Make sure the video is still going. I'm still. Oh, where'd it go? I'm still going. Oh, hey, last episode. Digress for a minute. I had said I was going to show you this shirt, and it just glitched again. I hope I hadn't been doing this because I am not re-recording. But I told you I had the Mike's Opinion podcast shirt on. It says the Mike's Opinion podcast, right? And I told you I had another shirt that nobody understands. Well, this is it. Can you see this? It says Mike's Opinion. And can you see this? Nobody gets it. Nobody. So I want to see if you get this. Mike's Opinion. Can you see what that is? That's a pea pod. That's a pod. This is a person casting. He's fishing. He's casting. Mike's Opinion pod cast. Yeah, nobody got it. That's all right, though. But you can get you one. You can get you one. Go to the show notes. Get you some merch. The merch link is there. Get you some Mike's Opinion. Support the show. Get some Mike's Opinion podcast merch. Do yourself a solid and do that. Get your podcast merch on. All right? Support the show. Well, I just thought about that when I looked at the video. Ice cream or gelato? You ever had gelato? Let me tell you. You can't eat it really because for like healthier reasons. I think it's the equivalent or worse than ice cream. I don't know the science behind it. I haven't really looked into it. What I do know is I'm a gelato dude. You go like, yo, Mike, you abandoned ice cream? No, I still eat ice cream. I like ice cream. But that gelato. Mucho bella. Rigatoni. I don't know. Italian. But I do know, I do believe gelato is an Italian version of ice cream, perhaps. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But gelato is delicious. Delicious. If you haven't had any, pause the podcast. Go get you some right now. It's so good. So good. I should be like 500 pounds because I love to eat. Love it. You like tropical or Arctic? Like beach vacation or snow skiing vacation? I love cold weather. Now, I don't like being cold, but I have a high tolerance for cold. Growing up in New York, me and my mans and them, we would be out there shooting hoop in Thames in 20-degree weather in the snow. I have walked for miles and been outside for hours just hanging outside. You know what I'm saying? On the stoop, on the corner, in the park. It's mad snow. It's 14 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? My lovely daughter, like I said, is grown with kids now, but when she was younger, we were up in New York and we went down to Times Square and ate. It was a bunch of us, the fam, and we walked from like 42nd Street and like I guess like 8th Ave. For those of you who don't know New York, you won't relate to this, but from like 46th and 8th to like 59th Street and 8th. We might have been on 42nd and Broadway, I think, as a matter of fact. Anyway, it was a long walk, and it was like 13 degrees outside. And my young teenage daughter got sick, and the whole family was mad at me because I made us walk because I didn't want to go get the car. I thought it was a lovely, brisk evening, but everybody ain't built for it. And my daughter still gives me a hard time about making her walk that long. It probably was like an hour walk or something like that. It was cold outside. It was brick. But struggle builds character, right? Love you, daughter. Mwah. And I like the ski vacation. I like the hot cocoa. I like the fireplace. I like the thick comforters. You know what I'm saying? I like the scenery when it snows. In New York, growing up in New York, it was one of the only times that New York seemed clean. Like everything would get blanketed in this white snow. And on the ground, it would only stay white for a minute because don't nothing stop New Yorkers from being outside. We outside. So it'd just be a matter of hours before that snow turned to dark, dirty slush mess. You know what I'm saying? But it was nice for a while. You know what I'm saying? This one I already think, I know what a lot of the ladies gonna say. Are you a shower or a bath person? I'm not questioning nobody's manhood if you're a dude that likes baths, like to bathe. I probably take like soaking baths. I'm getting older, throw some Epsom salt in that joint. Maybe, I don't know, half a dozen times a year I'll soak in the bath. Mostly I'm a shower dude. I like to shower. Give me a shower, I'm in and I'm out. And I still take a shower after. If I do take a bath, I take a shower after the bath because you can't rinse properly. You sitting in a tepid bowl of warm filth. You ever seen the ring that come around that tub? You can't rinse that off in the tub. If you got a bucket, even if you got a bucket and you run it and you trying to do no. Get in the shower. That's how I do. I get in the shower after I take a bath. So there's that. Next one, yo, do you sleep? This is a couple things with sleep. But the first one is, do you sleep with a fan or without a fan? I I could take it either way. Sometimes it's cool, but for the most part, I like complete darkness, complete quiet, and I don't need a breeze. As long as the temperature's right, I don't need no breeze. Do you like a breeze when you sleep? Let me know. MikeSpinShow@gmail.com. Hit me up. Any of the socials. And on that same note, and this one used to irk my nerves, sleeping with the TV on. Why? Why? I need to know this from my TV sleepers. Please chime in. Explain yourself. Why do you sleep with the TV on? I ain't never younger now. I've never wanted the TV on. I'm done. Click, turn it off. Or back in the days, I had to get up and actually turn it off. I remember when TVs didn't have no remote control. You're like, yo, Mike, you that old? Yes, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Proud of it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But I need to hear from my TV sleepers because I need quiet. You know why I appreciate quiet so much? I grew up in New York City. If you don't learn like the mental strength of people, and it's not just New York that live in major metropolis areas, especially in the cities like that are just crazy populated with people. If you don't learn how to tune that out, like to mentally, you'll never sleep. especially in Harlem and the Bronx. Yo, yo, pa, 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 pa. Yo, it sounds, and this one of the major sounds in the soundtrack of the city in New York, especially, are sirens. Ambulance, police, and fire is it's I want to say virtually constant, but it's an oxymoron. I mean, it's opposites. Virtually and constant is one or the other. It's pretty constant, which is pretty. It's just like virtually. It's okay. It's not constant. It just seems that way. What? It's always. It seems like it's always going. The sirens. It's like the sound of the city. Sometimes I think they just do that just to make it sound like New York. Like there's no emergency. They just come out and go out every 10 minutes. Woo! Just because. Oh, it's been too quiet. Let's light them up. Just a theory. So, I, I just don't know. I can't sleep with the TV on. So, yo, this next one, it's really hard for me to choose. My wife said I'm greedy. Maybe I am on some things, but pancakes, waffles, or French toast, and you gotta choose one. Say, okay, Mike. Well, what you choose? Well, you say what you want about the Waffle House. And once again, I am not sponsored. I'm not getting no money for saying none of this. Support the show, please. The Waffle House waffles are delicious to me. The hot waffles, yo, you ain't gonna go wrong with not choosing none of these. But for me, and maybe because you gotta have a certain technique, you gotta have a certain something to get these right. But French toast, yo, a good French toast, and then it's got you put the powdered sugar on there, and then the syrup, dab of butter. Ah, I'm saying that's my choice. That's my choice. You argue what you want, but that French toast, there ain't nothing like it. There ain't nothing like it. To me, that's number one. Waffles is number two. Pancakes are number three. For me. Let me know how you feel about that. Yo, while we on this food one, I got a food one right here. And I got something to say about it because it's chicken nuggets or chicken fingers / tenders. I don't like fingers. I don't like some people call them chicken fingers. I like chicken tenders. Sounds better. But you a nugget person or a tenders person? And I just want to tell you something. Don't fall for the slickness, yo. Because there is no such thing as a boneless wing. A lot of these restaurants out here, like, yo, do you want some boneless wings? It's a nugget. It's not a boneless wing, man. Yo, keep it 100. Why are you trying to say boneless wings? Why are you trying to put wings in my head? Because it's not wings. Because you're not deboning the wing. Even though you could do that, but but nowhere have I seen a boneless wing be actual wing meat from a chicken wing. And if you know a place, let me know. But they're chopped and formed, and they're marketed as boneless wings because they want you to put that wing in your brain. They want you to think of a wing. It's not. Stop calling it boneless wings. Call it what it is. Some chicken meat tossed or fried or whatever you're doing to it. That's what it is. It's not a chicken wing. It's not a boneless wing. Their wings got bones. I'm a little irritated about that. That's how I feel about that. Anyway, which one are you? Nuggets or tenders? Now, just like that fundamental black and white we talked about earlier, there's many flavors out there, but there's two basic ones or popular ones: chocolate or vanilla. Which one you like? Which one is your favorite? Chocolate or vanilla? And I'm not talking to your swirlers. Swirls got to have the both joints. That's all fine and dandy. But if you had to pick one, is it chocolate or is it vanilla? I know that's a hard one, right? I'm going with vanilla. You say, yo, Mike, you're killing me. You chose white. Now you choosing vanilla. I'm a black man. Let's not get it twisted. 100%. Okay? Yeah. But I like the vanilla flavor. I like vanilla. I like vanilla shakes. I like vanilla ice cream. My gelato, though, I like that chocolate, though. So, but vanilla, I ain't never seen chocolate extract. Do they have chocolate extract? They got vanilla extract, and you can put that in a whole bunch of stuff, right? I like vanilla for, I guess, its versatility, the flavor. You can't have chocolate in a bunch of stuff. Vanilla, you can. Vanilla sometimes enhances the flavor. And why is it so expensive? Anyway, next joint, hardwood, or I'm gonna say a hard floor. Because some people got tile, some people have marble, some people have hardwood or carpet. I'm just tell you right off the bat, I'm a carpet dude. Yes, it can be germy, it can be harder to clean, but the fluffy fluff, the sound dampening, carpet, I love carpet. A thick carpet. I don't even know if they do this anymore, but wall to wall carpet used to be a thing. Like in opposed to like a throw rug, or an area rug, wall to wall carpet. I like wall to wall carpet, especially nice, fluffy, like an organic carpet. Do you know I say organic carpet? You know how the air in your house could be killing you? The paint, the adhesives. I should probably do a whole episode on the things in your house that's killing you, even though it's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if that contributes to our life expectancy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, fries or tots? French fries, tater tots. Which one are you? I need to check. Hold on. Let me check my time. See how okay. I'm getting there. Let's see if I can finish this list. But fries or tater tots. Yo, you ever had some like really good tater tots? Like them crispy on the outside, nice and soft on the outside, salt and pepper, some ketchup. My wife, you know, she's lived in Europe, so she likes mayonnaise on her fries, which I've learned to adopt a bit. But I still like that old fashioned ketchup. Give me some ketchup. Fries or tater tots? Which one are you? Let me know. I already mentioned that. So this next this next one, just like the texting thing, texting phone or video call, kick or snap, kick or Snapchat. And I did do like a little research for this episode and I took it down. Dang it. I had this website up and I took it down, but there's so many apps out there. But I ran into this young lady and I think she was like just out of college. And was talking and she's like, yeah, hit me up on Snap. And I was like, I don't have Snap. And she almost dropped her phone. She's like, you don't have Snap? It's like, no, I have Kick. She's like, Kick? I ain't used Kick since I was in middle school. I was like, first of all, that wasn't long ago for you. And number two, it works. We can exchange information without exchanging information. So in case you kind of crazy, you don't have my real contact information. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a way to anonymously connect. And then you can decide later if you want to exchange more direct contact information. But apparently, there's a whole bunch, and I had that up. I'm trying to see. Man, there's probably stuff I don't even know about, right? Yo, let me know if you're a young joint, a young person, like listening, and there's new, like what you communicating on? Is it still Snapchat? Because keep in mind, MySpace was a thing. I'm not even ashamed to say that MySpace was a thing. Like Facebook, I don't even think the young people use that no more, do they? You know, it's okay. for new stuff to come out and you not know about it. It's called growth. I don't really have much of a need for those kind of apps anymore. So, but I still use them from time to time for different things. So, it's just what it is. Superman or Batman? I believe they've had a movie. Which camp are you? Huh? You DC or Marvel? And on that note, and like I said, I'm not getting paid for none of this, but there's a new black comic book out there. And it's called the Rippaverse. Check it out. Rippa, Rippa verse. And Isom, Isom is one of the main characters. I ordered some joints from him. Seemed like a promising endeavor. Maybe give DC and Marvel a run for their money. Check them out. I just thought about that. Would you rather do the laundry or do the dishes? Which one are you? I don't mind either one. And I'm hetero, straight as they come. But I support wifey, help her out whenever she wants me to. And sometimes, excuse me, even when, I just feel like, let me surprise her, let me help. You know what I'm saying? Knock out that laundry. And to me, the laundry means washing, drying, folding, and put away. That's the laundry. Not washing them, drying them, letting them sit in the bucket for 5 days. No. Let's do it. Let's get it over with. The dishes, I'd much rather load up the dishwasher. I ain't grew up with no dishwasher. So to me, dishwasher is still an amazing situation for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you load that, just throw them in there and it does the dishes. Wash and dry. That's amazing to me. I love that because I didn't have anything like that growing up. You washed the dishes, you dried the dishes, and you put away the dishes, all with your hands. So, yeah, there's that. I think that's the end of my list. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. So I hope this gave you a little insight into me and some of the things that I like. I hope you participate and share, and let me know. Out of the choices, which camp you in? This, that, or the other? As I always ask, please support the show. Real talk. Takes a minute. Like, share, subscribe, comment, follow. Do all of those things, please. Help the Mike's Opinion podcast grow. It'd be greatly appreciated. And like I said, if you have some change, a couple dollars, contribute $5. Help me grow the show. I need a new equipment. I need to advertise. This show is free for you to listen to and to watch. It is not free for me to make. So any support that you give would be greatly, greatly appreciated. I do hope you are okay. From me to you. I hope this year, 2023, is treating you well so far. And I hope you're taking care of yourself. And let's take care of each other. I'm Mike, and this is the Mike's Opinion podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.